Okay, so you got the invitation to a Korean wedding. That's amazing. Congratulations. But after that first wave of excitement, maybe just a little bit of panic is starting to creep in. How much money do I give? What do I wear? What am I even supposed to do when I get there? Well, take a deep breath. We've got you. In this guide, we're going to break down absolutely everything you need to know to be the perfect guest. 60,000 won, which is about 40 US dollars, is that rude? This single question is the source of so much wedding guest anxiety, and honestly, the answer has gotten a lot more complicated lately. The cost of the meal that you're going to eat at the wedding has just skyrocketed. In a standard wedding hall, you're looking at a meal that costs between 60 and 80,000 won per person. And if you're going to a hotel wedding, whoa, it can easily jump to over 150,000 won. This cash gift itself is called chugwigum, and it's so important to get this. This is not just a simple transaction. It is a really deeply cultural gesture. It's your way of showing your blessing for the couple, your support as they start their new life, and your way of participating in the community. All right, let's start with a core principle you have to know: the magic of odd numbers. In Korean tradition, which is based on ideas like yin and yang, odd numbers like 3, 5, and 7 are considered really lucky. 50 and 70,000 won are still very common starting points. Okay, so any amount that involves a 4 or a 9. So why the big deal about these numbers? Well, here's the breakdown. The number 4, which is pronounced sa, sounds exactly like the Korean word for death. Yeah, not really the vibe you're going for at a wedding. And the number 9, well, it's seen as an incomplete number because it's right before the complete number 10. If you are attending a standard wedding, 100,000 won is basically the new gold standard. And if you're a really close friend, or if the wedding is at a fancy hotel, you'll want to start thinking around 150,000 won or even more. Let's talk about the big don'ts. Number 1, and this is the most important, do not wear white. This includes ivory, cream, beige, anything in that family. That color is for the bride and the bride alone. Second, try to avoid anything that's overly revealing. And third, even if your friend tells you the dress code is casual, trust me, that never ever means jeans and sneakers. So what's a safe bet? For men, it's actually pretty simple. A clean suit in a color like navy or charcoal is always a perfect choice. You could also do nice slacks with a smart jacket. A tie is usually optional these days. For women, a dress or a chic two-piece suit in soft pastel colors is a wonderful option. And while wearing black is more accepted now than it used to be, maybe try to brighten it up with some colorful accessories so you don't look like you're heading to a funeral. Mission actually starts before you even leave the house. You'll want to put your cash into a clean, white envelope. Now, you can usually grab one at the venue, but it's just so much more thoughtful to have it prepared beforehand. On the back, write your name vertically. Pro tip, it's also a great idea to add your affiliation, like where you work or how you know the couple, so it's easier for them to remember it later on. Here is your 10-minute action plan. Step 1, find the right desk. Are you a guest of the bride or the groom? Step 2, and this is a key step, before you give your gift, go visit the bride's waiting room. Say hello, take a quick picture. The best time for this is about 30 minutes before the ceremony starts. Then, step 3, head back to the desk, hand over your envelope, and get your meal ticket. Step 4, sign your name in the guest book. And finally, step 5, you can now go into the hall, find a seat, and just relax. Now, if you're a really close friend and you want to give something a little more personal on top of the cash, there are some beautiful traditional options. A pair of Mandarin duck statues, for example, symbolizes a lifelong partnership. A nice set of spoons and chopsticks for the couple is a wish for a life of good health. But honestly, the most impactful extra gift you can give is a simple handwritten letter just telling them how happy you are for them. It's this golden rule for 2025. If you are attending, give 100,000 won. If you can't make it, send 50,000 won. Seriously, when in doubt, just follow this guide and you absolutely cannot go wrong. And that just leaves us with one last thought. In a culture that's so beautifully built on mutual support and community, is giving cash the most sincere way to show your blessings for a new couple, or is it just the most efficient? It's something to think about as you enjoy the beautiful ceremony. Thanks so much for joining me.